from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was happening, and he was greatly perplexed, because some were saying, "John has been raised from the dead." Others were saying, "Elijah has appeared." Still others, "One of the ancient prophets has arisen." But Herod said, "John I beheaded. Who then is this about whom I hear such things?" And he kept trying to see him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. I think if we were in college and somebody noticed a couple of us, we were sitting up watching a football game and said, "Don't you guys ever have any homework to do?" And we pointed out that we were both on the dean's list, and the guy was shocked. But the thing is that you can do well if you got a little bit of intellect and a little bit of a work ethic, but it's different about God, learning about Him. I mean, you can't just roll up your sleeves. You have to live a certain way. There's a connection between chastity and wisdom. If you're not living the commandments, and this is what the problem, Herod's a smart guy. He's a sick man in his own way because of his sinfulness. And he doesn't even know that yet. Who is this man? I killed John the Baptist, and you can hear almost the palpable, his conscience is bothering him. And here's another threat to my authority. Here's someone else that wants to take my power. And he's being corrupted by that. You have to live a good life, or at least attempt to really get to know the Lord. When they say, "Jesus, where are you living?" He says, "Come and see. Live my life." It's not just enough to have it up here, but in our heart, in our will, we have a desire to live the life that our Lord is teaching us. This is difficult because we have a lot of fear and frustration. And if you go into any classroom, you're trying to teach the faith, sometimes the kids are resistant. But that's part of human nature. It's part of original sin. And if you push it too hard, it'll become more rebellious. The only way really to win souls, this is what Jesus teaches: prayer and fasting. Accept your share of the cross. Some hearts we can't reach, and God, He understands that. And sometimes because we can't reach them, we push harder. I'm going to make this person believe. Be careful. That's why we come to Mass. That's why we say our prayers. That's why we know that, Lord, you have a plan. There are times where Jesus doesn't say anything. He knows that this is not the time. Remember, he's led to Herod. Herod wants him to work a miracle. He doesn't say a single word to Herod. That doesn't mean he doesn't love him, because God is faithful. He knows there's a time and a place. Things have to run their course. Just as one illustration before we end, these mums, a week ago, I wasn't even sure they were real because they were all closed, and we usually have artificial flowers. But now, look at how much happens in 1 week. See how, if we are patient, if we let things run their course and make sure that Sally waters them, well, look at how they've bloomed. That can happen for your heart and mine. It's the work of God's grace.